Chronic stress can rewire your brain, weakening memory, focus, and emotional control. Here's what's really happening inside your head. We all know that feeling, right? The racing heart, the sweaty palms, the sense of being completely overwhelmed. But have you ever stopped to wonder what's actually happening inside your brain when stress takes over? It's a fascinating and incredibly important process, so let's break it down together. Imagine you're walking through the woods and you suddenly come face to face with a bear. Instantly, your body's alarm system kicks into high gear. This is your fight or flight response, and it's a brilliant survival mechanism. A part of your brain called the amygdala, which is like your emotional command center, sends out a distress signal. This signal travels to the hypothalamus, your brain's main control hub. The hypothalamus then activates your sympathetic nervous system, telling your adrenal glands to pump out adrenaline. This adrenaline surge is what gives you that jolt of energy. Your heart beats faster, pushing more blood to your muscles. Your breathing quickens, getting more oxygen into your body. Your senses become sharper. You are primed and ready to either fight that bear or run for your life. It's an amazing, life-saving system that's been honed over thousands of years of evolution. Once the perceived threat is gone, let's say the bear wanders off, a second system kicks in to calm everything down. The hypothalamus releases another hormone, CRH, which travels to the pituitary gland, which in turn releases ACTH. This travels down to the adrenal glands and tells them to release cortisol, often called the stress hormone. Cortisol's job is to sustain your energy and keep you on high alert for a little while longer. But crucially, it also sends a signal back to the brain to say, okay, the danger has passed, you can turn off the alarm now. This creates a feedback loop that helps your body return to normal. This whole system is perfect for short-term acute stress, like our bear encounter. The problem in our modern world is that we rarely face actual bears. Instead, our stressors are things like work deadlines, traffic jams, financial worries, and relationship conflicts. Our brains can't always tell the difference between a physical threat and a psychological one. So that same alarm system gets triggered over and over again, day after day. This is what we call chronic stress. When your stress response is constantly activated, your cortisol levels stay elevated, and this is where the real trouble begins for your brain. Think of cortisol as a powerful tool. In small, short bursts, it's incredibly useful, but if it's left on all the time, it starts to cause damage. One of the first areas to feel the impact is the prefrontal cortex. This is the part of your brain right behind your forehead that's responsible for executive functions, things like decision-making, problem-solving, emotional regulation, and concentration. High levels of cortisol can actually weaken the connections or synapses in this region. This is why when you're chronically stressed, you might find it hard to focus, make rational decisions, or control your impulses. You might feel foggy, forgetful, and easily irritated. It's not just in your head, there's a real biological reason for it. Another critical area affected is the hippocampus. This seahorse-shaped structure is vital for learning and memory formation. It's particularly sensitive to cortisol. Chronic stress can actually shrink the hippocampus. It does this by suppressing the production of new neurons, a process called neurogenesis, and even causing existing neurons to atrophy. This explains why long-term stress can lead to significant memory problems. You might struggle to recall information or form new memories. This is a serious consequence that highlights just how damaging unrelenting stress can be. At the same time, while the prefrontal cortex and hippocampus are being suppressed, the amygdala, our fear center, is doing the opposite. Chronic stress can actually make the amygdala grow larger and more reactive. The neural connections within it become stronger. This means your brain becomes wired to be on high alert all the time. You become more anxious, more fearful, and more likely to perceive situations as threatening, even when they're not. This creates a vicious cycle. Stress makes you more sensitive to stress, which in turn creates even more stress. So, to recap the negative effects, chronic stress weakens your brain's command center for rational thought, shrinks the area responsible for memory, and beefs up your brain's fear center. Over time, this constant state of alert can lead to serious mental health challenges like anxiety disorders and depression. It can also contribute to physical health problems, including heart disease, digestive issues, and a weakened immune system. Your brain and body are deeply connected, and what affects one will inevitably affect the other. Now, I know this all sounds pretty grim, but please don't feel discouraged. This is the most important part of the video. Your brain has an incredible ability to heal and change. This is called neuroplasticity. You are not doomed to be a victim of your stress. There are powerful, science-backed strategies you can use to reverse these effects and build a more resilient brain. Let's talk about some of the most effective ones. First up is physical exercise. You've heard it a million times, and for good reason. Aerobic exercise, like running, swimming, or even brisk walking, is one of the best things you can do for your brain. It reduces cortisol levels and releases endorphins, which are your body's natural mood elevators. More importantly, exercise stimulates the growth of new neurons in the hippocampus. It literally helps your memory center regrow. It's like a reset button for your brain. Next is mindfulness and meditation. This isn't just about sitting quietly, it's about training your attention. Practices like meditation have been shown to calm the amygdala, reducing that constant sense of fear and anxiety. At the same time, it can strengthen the connections in your prefrontal cortex, improving your focus and emotional regulation. Even just a few minutes of deep breathing can activate your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest system, and immediately lower your stress response. Sleep is another non-negotiable. When you sleep, your brain is hard at work cleaning out toxins that build up during the day, consolidating memories, and repairing itself. A lack of quality sleep keeps your cortisol levels high and prevents your brain from doing this essential maintenance. Prioritizing 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night is one of the most protective things you can do for your long-term brain health. Building strong social connections is also incredibly powerful. Spending time with friends and loved ones releases a hormone called oxytocin, sometimes known as the cuddle hormone. Oxytocin is a natural antidote to cortisol. It promotes feelings of trust and bonding and has a calming effect on your nervous system. Don't underestimate the power of a good conversation or a hug. Finally, if you're feeling overwhelmed and nothing seems to be working, please reach out for professional help. Talking to a therapist or a counselor can provide you with personalized tools and strategies to manage your stress. There is absolutely no shame in seeking support. It's a sign of strength and a proactive step towards taking care of your mental and physical well-being. So, while stress can have some serious effects on your brain, the story doesn't end there. By understanding what's happening internally, you can take targeted action. You can use exercise, mindfulness, sleep, and social connection to fight back, calm your amygdala, strengthen your prefrontal cortex, and even regrow your hippocampus. You have the power to rewire your brain for resilience. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope this was helpful and gave you a clearer picture of the relationship between stress and your brain. If you found this video valuable, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content on health and wellness. Let me know in the comments what your favorite stress management technique is.